a chance another year, you and Aaron Rodgers not being able to face off?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely disappointing. I mean, when you get to see an all-time great like him play, and I've kind of watched his game for a long time, feeling that I play a similar style, you always want to compete against the best. But hopefully he's healthy. It's not too bad. I'm sure he'll come back from it stronger than he was before.
Do you have any thoughts on Jordan Love? I know there hasn't been much film on him, but do you have any thoughts of his backup?
Yeah, I mean, he's super talented. I got to watch some games he played in college, obviously, and he was slinging it around the field, making a lot of plays happen. And then what he's done in the preseason, I mean, had a great preseason, played really well. So, I mean, I'm sure he'll be ready. They have a great offense, and he'll be able to step in and try to do what he can to try to have success.
You obviously have a pretty tight relationship with Aaron. What was your reaction when you heard about it, and have you reached out to him yet?
I haven't got to yet. I kind of heard about it as I was going on to the walkthrough on the field. So, I mean, obviously it's disappointing. I mean, I'm just hoping that he's healthy and that he can get through it. I mean, COVID's a scary deal, man, and it can kind of get anybody. So I'm just kind of praying for him that he can get back into who he is.
Patrick, how do you look at his career in terms of your own? I mean, he's been one of the best for a long time now. Still just won Super Bowl. I mean, is that an illustration to you of how difficult it can be for one person to sort of influence?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's not about one guy in this sport. I mean, it's about a team. I think Tom kind of fools everybody because he's won so many Super Bowls, but it's a hard deal to win Super Bowls in this league. I mean, it's the best of the best every single year. Everybody's getting better. Everybody's bringing in new guys that have that hunger to try to go get it. And Aaron's, I mean, he is the best of the best, and he's played on a lot of great football teams, but you got to have stuff go your way, and I understand that. And I mean, this season's telling that it's not just going to be every single year you're coming in and winning every game. You have to battle through adversity to try to be on top.
Patrick, did you see any difference in the defensive scheme from the Giants after that drive where you guys ran, especially when you had a lot of downhill runs?
Not necessarily. I mean, they were trying to change it up a little bit, but they had a pretty similar game plan the whole way through. I mean, it kind of came down to us turning the ball over, me not hitting some guys that were open, and so a few penalties here and there. I mean, we keep being able to run the ball. I think that'll help the offense, obviously. But at the same time, we have to execute. We have to find ways to drive the length of the field and execute in the red zone.
When you say help the offense, do you mean just because it's successful, or because you might actually draw some different looks from the defense?
Yeah, I mean, when the defenses are playing a lot of shell coverages like they are, you have to run the ball. I think we know that. That drive was kind of a way of doing it. You run the ball that many times, you get down there and score a touchdown. So just continue to do that, continue to evolve that more and more on the offense. And then whenever we have chances to make some big plays, we'll try to make those as well.
One more on that. But, it seemed like you picked up the football after Derek scored that. Did you give that?
Oh, yeah, I gave it back to him. The first touchdown for him, I mean, when you have guys that work that hard and they're able to get in that end zone for the first time, I mean, you're happy for them because they put in the work every single day. I mean, they don't get seen because they're not there on those Sundays, but I mean, those guys are working, if not harder than all of us, because they're on the practice squad, and then they're also doing scout team, and they're also doing reps with the first team. So guys like that, you're happy when they get in the end zone.
You learn anything about him in his first real playing time?
Yeah, I think you learn that he's a playmaker, man. He's ready to go out there and step up when his number's called. So it's great to have those type of guys on the team that are going to put in that work every single day, knowing that they might not get the opportunity to play, so that when they do get that opportunity, they're ready to go.
Do you feel like after the interception to start the game that you had to change anything in terms of decision making, and how well do you think you did in terms of that, knowing that the game started in such a disappointing way?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I changed. I try to stay away from that. I try to stay with the game plan, stay rolling. Obviously, wish we'd executed a little bit better myself as the game went on. We had a few drives that stalled out. But that first drive was a great drive. And then I had Josh in the end zone. I just threw it a little too hard. If I just kind of put enough pace on that thing, we have a touchdown there. Then it hits the guy behind him and shoots up in the air. I mean, stuff like that. It seems like it's happened a lot this year, but it happens. So you kind of just move on and go to the next play.
You talk about Josh. I mean, how close is he to just really knowing the offense? Again, I'd ask Andy, if he knows the route tree, because if the offense is that complex, if you know he's supposed to line up, could you tell him, hey, run this route so that he can be open? Because I know he hasn't been targeted much, but I know a lot of fans are wondering, why did the Chiefs sign Josh Gordon if they're not really going to use him?
Yeah, I mean, we're using him more and more. It's just the ball hasn't gone his way. I'm big on just kind of trying to get it to the guy that I feel is open. Obviously, I got to be better at making some decisions because there's plays where he's open that I haven't hit him. But I mean, he knows it. I mean, he's a smart guy. He picked up the offense quickly. That's why he's gotten out in the field more and more. And I'm sure as the season goes on, we'll get the ball to him because he's a playmaker, and we want to have that as the season. We get to the end of the season and hopefully the playoffs.
Patrick, as a guy who's played against Melvin Ingram before, what are you guys getting now that he's here?
Yeah, first off, I'm glad he's on my team. I mean, have him on our team. I know we play the Steelers later in the year, so it's glad to have him on our side of the football. But he's a guy that he's smart. He's a vet. He's very crafty on the way he does things. He has all the moves. But he's also really good against the pass, but really good against the run as well. And so whenever you're able to add those type of guys to your team at this point in the season that can come in and make an impact, it's always exciting to see how they fit in with our group.
You've noted footwork, pocket presence, things you're working on as the season goes on. What did you notice when it comes to progress in the film tape against the Giants?
I feel like I did a better job of kind of getting into the pocket and being in the pocket, but I feel like my base still wasn't the way I wanted it to be. There was kind of times I was high on my toes, which is never good at the quarterback position. So that's stuff that I'll kind of try to work on this week and just be better mechanically, because then whenever I'm better mechanically and making those throws, the other stuff comes with it.
You came up a little limpy at a moment. Are you completely good from that offseason surgery? Do you feel 100% healthy and everything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel fine. I mean, I was more limpy because I kind of landed awkwardly out of bounds when I was running there. So it was just trying to make sure it was all good. But I mean, I feel fine. I'm ready to go. And I mean, that's what you do in football is you go out there and play.
Patrick, I didn't get to ask you this last week, but I want to ask you about the Kansas City Current new name. Mm-hmm. I know you wore the shirt on Monday night. What are your thoughts on the new Riverfront Stadium and the team name?
Yeah, I mean, I had to keep the secret. Brad was asking me about it all week. But, no, I had to keep the secret of the name. I mean, it's a great name. I think it goes well with the city, with that Riverfront stadium that they're building and the facility that they're building out there. I mean, they've done a great job of taking care of that organization and those girls. And if you saw the way that season trended, I mean, they were ended on a very positive direction. So I'm excited for them. I think Brittany and the Longs have done a great job of kind of helping evolve that organization, and hopefully it'll be here for a long time.
Did they ask you your input on the name?
No, they did not. I gave my input, and it was shot down. So I think they came up with a better name than I thought.
Before, but why is it so important for you and Brittany to be kind of so all in, invested on doing things like this for Kansas City?
Yeah, I mean, we love this community. I mean, we love the people in this community, how much they support us. Through the thick and thin. I mean, they really have embraced me, and I've become part of this family. And so Brittany's done a great job with that team of getting a women's soccer team here, and the support that the community has shown them already is tremendous. So, I mean, it truly is an awesome community that a lot of great people, and I'm excited I can keep building here as long as possible.
Patrick, you said they shot down your suggestion, so the natural follow-up is, what was the name you suggested?
Yeah, I was trying to work with something with like the fountains, so like a fountain city or something like that, but Current just sounds way better. So I definitely lost.
Stick to football.
Yeah, exactly.
Couple more guys, go Nate and then Bye. Nate.
Patrick, I've asked you this before, but I'm going to do it a little differently. Do you want defensive coordinators to blitz you a little bit more? You're the least blitzed quarterback in the league. Just how much has that changed your, sort of preparation before the week when teams are doing it less and less?
I think I just kind of try to take what's there. I mean, I prepare for the blitz just as much every single week. I want to make sure that we kind of keep that where the defenses don't want to blitz us because we're so good against the blitz. But then at the end of the day, I have to get better when they're not blitzing. I have to get better when they're dropping people in coverage, taking the check down, throwing the flats, which I started doing kind of later in the game this last game. And I did it early and late, which is the times we had success. So keep doing being better at that. But don't lose me. I mean, whenever the shots are there, take them. I could hit that shot to Tyreek if I put it across the middle of the field a little bit more. So whenever those opportunities come, I have to be ready to strike. And then when they're not there, just keep being smart, taking it, and moving the ball down the field.
Patrick, I don't know if you got to say goodbye to Larry, but I wonder if you did, if you could share anything you might have conveyed to him. And also just the feeling of what he did for this team and the arc of his career as a doctor and taking last year for the reason he did. All those thoughts, I wonder what you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get to talk to him in person because it happened on a off day, and so I didn't get to see him. But I mean, I texted him. I mean, he's a great dude. I think that's the first thing. I mean, he's such a great person. He really truly loved this city, this team, this organization, and he gave back so much to it. And the thing he did last year with going to be a doctor back in Canada was special. I mean, not a lot of people have that heart to be able to give up something that they truly love and football for a year to go back, especially after winning the Super Bowl with this team. So, I mean, it just shows the type of person that he is, and I give so much. I told him good luck to moving on to the Jets and to the rest of his career. If that's football, doctor, whatever it is, he'll be great at it.